friends. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. And today I'm doing Origins of Satan, the Demonizing of Heretics. Not much else I need to say. Let's get on with the video. Christianity became successful at gaining converts in the 2nd century, and this raised questions on what exactly being a Christian meant. At times, this raised strife within households because when the wealthy converted, they often forced their households to convert right along with them. Most often, converts came from among women, merchants, soldiers, and slaves. Conversions may have even happened in the emperor's household. Tertullian bragged that Christians have filled every place, which to me means they had infiltrated the emperor's family. All converts knew that baptism washed away sin, protected from demons, and gave the Spirit of God. What was not apparent was how to actually be a Christian afterward. And now I got a question. Isn't that basically what a religion's supposed to do? For example, should converts keep normal societal and family relationships? Or do as Jesus commanded in Luke 14:26? Whoever does not hate his father and mother cannot be my disciple. Such questions had many different answers. Of course, various interpretations of the Gospels led to different groups, inevitably leading to conflicts within the movement. Paul, when faced with rival teachers, accused them of being Satan's servants. 2 Corinthians 11:13 through 15. Christians expected attacks from the pagans, but by this time, many became convinced that Satan had infiltrated the movement. Thus, the movement began to fracture, and people who did not agree with the majority in their area were labeled heretics. This problem became so pervasive that some people tried to organize the movement internally. This meant finding things on which all agreed. 3 authority figures were recognized by all Christians. Jesus himself, Peter, who by tradition was the leader of the church at Rome, and Paul, the apostle to the nations. 2 or 3 generations after Paul, some Christians wrote letters that have traditionally been attributed to Peter and Paul, but have since been proven as forgeries. These include 1 Peter and 1 and 2 Timothy. But why did Christians forge these letters? These letters tried to build a bridge between the apostles and later Christians by claiming that Paul had laid hands on Timothy, thereby giving him the right of something akin to apostolic succession. These letters tried to legitimate the power that bishops exercise over their congregations. The Christians who wrote these letters also wanted to deflect hostilities by modifying some of Jesus' commands. New converts who were not prepared to shirk societal responsibilities borrowed pagan virtues to create a new Christian moral code. These letters urged believers to adopt typical Roman behavior, which would not be something a Jew would normally do. I've talked before about the Gospels having a pro-Roman slant, but now we see it also in other New Testament books. Specifically, the author of 1 Peter urges believers to submit to authority, particularly that of the emperor. Wives should accept their husband's authority. Slaves should serve their masters, and masters should not abuse their slaves. I've heard many Christians rationalize slavery in the Old Testament by saying it was chattel slavery. So my question is, what kind of slavery is in the New Testament? Not all Christians agreed on this code of conduct, or even who should enforce them. A letter attributed to Clement, the second or third bishop of Rome, according to tradition, circulated around 90 CE, showing this. It was written to Christians in the Greek city of Corinth and conveyed distress that a few people within the congregation refused to accept priestly authority. Clement appealed to the fake letters of Paul to Timothy, arguing that the authority of the bishops came directly from the apostles. Even though this letter appeared around the time of Matthew and Luke, Clement urged Christians to imitate the Jewish priesthood. He even goes as far as to urge Christians to mirror the Roman army. Even more proof that this is a pro-Roman slant. Christians did end up eventually adapting the Roman army organization, assigning congregations to districts, aka dioceses, that were overseen by bishops, a strategy that persists to this day in the Roman Catholic Church. Clement says that dissidents are arrogant, and to fix this, he insists that the laity submit to the priests and just accept whatever penance the priest deems necessary. However, he does not go as far as to associate dissidents with Satan. This letter was eventually included in the Apostolic Fathers of the Church, and all the writings included in this collection emphasize the power of the clergy and the new Christian moral codes. It seems that most Christians accepted not only this burgeoning canon of Scripture, but also this collection of church tradition. Many of these try to water down Jesus' teaching for converts, such as, leave your father and mother and come follow me. The letter of Barnabas takes the Jewish teaching of the way of light, or good actions, and the way of darkness, or evil actions, and sets these ways in the context of God versus Satan. The new people, aka Christians, are urged to shun the way of darkness. Most Christians accepted these instructions, but some still questioned priestly authority and rejected the moralizing that came along with it. Irenaeus claimed for himself apostolic succession around 180 CE and wrote a 5-volume work attacking those who disagreed with him, calling them heretics and agents of Satan. In this work, titled Against Heresies, he wrote that some who claim to be Christians teach blasphemy, using Jesus as a lure in order to teach satanic doctrines. I must insert here that Christian is a self-label, and if someone says they're a Christian, they are a Christian, period. Most Christians have accepted his assertions through the years, believing that the so-called heretics were deceptive. However, the Nag Hammadi texts were found in Egypt in 1945, giving these Christians their voices back. Well, friends, I think that's a good way to leave off with the Nag Hammadi texts, and we'll get there next time. If you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. All social media links are in the description. Consider supporting me on Patreon or making a one-time donation on PayPal. I also have stores. Also, please leave comments in the comment section. Not only do I love hearing from you, but it also triggers the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, friends, stay safe and goodbye. Keep learning and searching for truth. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not checked them out yet, go ahead and check them out and tell me what you think.